start with asking if you want me to say something?
Good evening, customers of Knowhere Games and Comics. It's me, Matthias, here with the ever so interruptive and unique opening of Richard Robello, my sidekick in all actions in live stream form here. He never talks when we need him to talk. Anyway, it is another wonderful new comic book day here at Knowhere, so we are doing the live stream of all the awesome new comics that came out today, New Comic Book Day, February 12th, 2020. We have a lot of awesome things to talk to you about, especially in a week where we have new TV shows on Netflix like Lock and Key, October Faction, and The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, all based on comics, all horror-themed comics, oddly enough, as well as the amazing Birds of Prey movie in theaters right now. I gotta say, I love that Birds of Prey movie. It was great. Doesn't have much to do with the comics, but it was still really, really fun. And if you like any of those characters, we can introduce you into their real form in the comics because we have some fun things to talk about. In fact, I should ask Richard to go grab some of the dollar books that came out this week because one of them is actually the first appearance of Cassandra Cain. We'll see if he actually does it.
Can I open this?
I mean,
all right, I'll go get your book. Yeah. Hang on.
So, also, quick heads up, there will not be a live stream, at least for me, next Wednesday for New Comics. We'll still on this Saturday be doing a live stream for FOC, but I will be up at Comics Pro. We can see if we can convince Richard to do the live stream without me. That would be really fun. Or maybe we can get Richard to do the live stream with Stacy. That would be even way funner. I don't know if it'll happen, but something to look forward to. Now, let's also follow up with a restock is coming up of the new Pokemon set that'll be in tomorrow. We have the new Magic the Gathering set, which will be coming out in a week and a half. It is unsanctioned. It is a fun silver border set. And then on top of that, in just a few short weeks, actually that is not it. That's the Huntress for Spirits, but you know, it's a good one. And then also on March 7th, this is the big news. We will have Zach Kaplan. Yes, Zach Kaplan in store signing his new book, Join the Future. Every one of Zach's books have already been picked up for media like television and movies, from Eclipse to Port of Earth, Lost City Explorers. We will have all of those available in here to get signed, as well as his DC issues like Nightwing. And then, of course, you can grab the new Join the Future, which will soon also be on our website and all social media with our Knowhere exclusive cover by heathen artist Natasha Alterici. So I'm super excited about that. I hope you guys all are too. If you have not checked out Zach's stuff, it is unbelievably epic. You need to come in and take a look at it. It is absolutely amazing. We have copies of all of it here. You can take a look, flip through now. So you will be as hyped and excited as I am for the signing at 2 p.m. on March 7th. So, and then here we go. $1 reprint. Actually, you know what? He just pulled out all of them, so we're going to do this. But this week, one of the $1 reprints is the first appearance of Cassandra Cain. Not like you saw her in the movie, the actual Cassandra Cain, who would become Batgirl. But he brought up some other really great, wonderful things, like the first time the Birds of Prey actually unified. I believe this was a Chuck Dixon, Greg Land story. Really, really fun one there. That's the first time the actual team of Birds of Prey existed. If you want Harley Quinn, because Harley Quinn really is the source of this movie, we had the first appearance of Harley Quinn. Yes, the first appearance of Harley Quinn, Batman Adventures number 12 for just $1. And then, of course, we have a key Huntress issue in Huntress Cry for Blood, another really great $1. And then not in the movie, but she's a beloved female character that really should have found her way in there, Kathy Kane. Batwoman, this is not actually her first appearance, but it is the start of the best storyline that has been written about her by the amazing Greg Rucka with J.H. Williams III on there. And it's got a really cool live action, cover of the Batwoman TV series. So if you need some Gotham females, some awesome DC female protagonists in your life, those books are only $1. You got to come and check them out. Now, without further ado, you guys all came here for the new books that are coming out this week. So let's talk about the new books that are coming out this week. And we will start it off with 20XX, the new Image title by Jonathan Luna and Lauren Keeley, that is a post-apocalyptic tale of mutants and robotic cyborg-like parts and all sorts of other craziness in Alaska that is not like the Alaska you know now. Of course, we still have Adler, though I don't know how, because this book has been selling so incredibly well. It is an amazing story of Irene Adler, Jane Eyre, and a bunch of other classic Victorian and historical and literary figures teamed up together to go against Moriarty. Arrow gets her 8th issue out from Marvel. And then there is the big one, the one I absolutely love this week, Boom's new major drop by Cy Spurrier and Chris Wildgoose, Alienated. Alienated is the story of 3 teenagers sharing a name as they come across something crazy. And I will go directly to my teenager of the group, Richard Ribello, to talk about it. What do they run into?
An alien. But anyway, there's not much more to say. You just gave away the whole plot. So I don't have much to say other than it was a fantastic read. Better. I expected it to be good, and it was better than I expected. I really enjoyed this. Can't wait to read the issue 2. It's definitely going into my pool to continue reading. All 3 of them do share the same name, as I vaguely recalled in our FOC video. I just couldn't remember their name. They're all named Sam. You got Samir, Samuel, and Samantha, I believe. Gonna guess the alien's probably gonna end up with the name Sam. But anyway, they discover this alien in the woods, which
He's awesome.
allows them to like share thoughts and almost, I guess, communicate by sharing thoughts. But it is really cool. It took a twist and a turn that I didn't really see coming, and I'm really enjoying the book. So I would highly recommend this. This is one of my favorite books of the week.
Amazing coming-of-age story. Great bit of teen drama. Could not be better. I absolutely love it. Moving on. Amazing Spider-Man. Issue number 39 is out this week as we get a fun little fusion of Peter Parker versus J. Jonah Jameson. And you got to remember, J. Jonah happens to know who Peter Parker is. We have American Jesus 1 and 2 still in stock because number 3 comes out on Wednesday, so make sure, or next Wednesday, make sure you catch up in time. Atlantis Attacks, number 1 is out because number 2 will be out next Wednesday. Just a fun reminder. Batman versus Ra's al Ghul hits issue number 4 of its 6-issue miniseries by Neil Adams on writing and artwork duties. Bloodshot is about to hit theaters in just a few short weeks, so make sure you grab the Issue 6, Part 3 of Bloodshot, The Long Shot, the end of the second story arc. We have a big 0 issue coming out next week, which will be a perfect jumping on point for any of you who do not know Bloodshot or are previously lapsed or just longtime fans of Bloodshot looking for a fun comic to lead you into the movie. Buffy the Vampire Slayer's Hellmouth wraps up this week with issue number 5. And then I will once again remind you all, The Crimes of Passion, as we get ready for Valentine's Day this Friday, is a great Valentine's Day themed romance collection or anthology collection of stories featuring various characters and creative teams throughout Gotham and the DC universe. And we have a beautiful, beautiful variant cover available if you would like. Catwoman issue number 20 is out this week. And then we hit The Clock, issue number 2. And I will go to our master of cancer, Richard, to talk about it. Yeah, that got the audience laughing.
It's a doctorate. Thank you very much.
A doctorate in cancer?
Yes. I enjoy this story. As I said the last time with issue 1, the science behind this is kind of like a Michael Crichton novel turned into a comic book. It is basically what happens if you can weaponize something like cancer. And a scientist rushing to save his daughter's life, he himself just lost his wife, her mother, to this cancer that is spreading and infecting the entire planet at a rapid rate. And he has just recently been discovered that it is like a conspiracy theory, and she has actually been murdered. So it's really heating up. This is actually a great read, and I highly recommend it. I can't wait to finish reading it. And the best part about these books is that they do the science breakdown, as well as whether or not it's feasible to weaponize something like cancer and stuff like that in the final pages. And I find that very interesting. So if you're a science geek or just like science fiction, this is a good one to read.
All right. Then we get to one of my favorite books, as always, is Deja Thoris over from Dynamite, the heroine of the Barsoom series, the Warlord of Mars series. The Princess of Mars herself, the Princess of Helium specifically, gets her 3rd issue out from Dan Abnett, master of sci-fi writing, with an amazing, amazing cover by one of the newer artists, as well as classic artists like Joseph Michael Linzer. You get Perillo right there, and more. It's such a great, great series. You guys need to be reading it. Dungeons & Dragons Infernal Tides continues on with its second issue now out from IDW, continuing the role of D&D by the wonderful Jim Zub. And 2 awesome covers, as one of them is a 5e character sheet that actually has the stats for the characters in the comic. Excalibur number 7 hits this week, and it has all sorts of fun for those of you who are loving the English X-Men team. Flash hits issue 88 this week with the first appearance of a brand new character, Paradox, a long built-up character on Joshua Williamson's run, and 2 awesome variants available on that. Then, if you need more Flash, how about this $5 100-page giant that also features stories from Green Arrow, Blue Beetle, The Atom, and more. Go-Go Power Rangers continues as it nears the end of the Necessary Evil crossover with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, issue 29 out now. And now, for you big Grant Morrison fans, Green Lantern is back with Season 2. Liam Sharp continues his artwork. We have a very awesome all-green cover, great for sketches, as well as a wonderful B cover and A cover available. Gwen Stacy, my actual pick of the week, has one of the best tales I could have never guessed. I guess this is a theme after last week, too. I'm just shocked by how wonderful this story is. Christos Gage, a good friend of the shop, is just really kicking butt on this. You have not only some amazing covers by the likes of J. Scott Campbell, I cannot remember, G. Yuan, I believe was that, Adam Hughes, Todd Knock, who does the interior artwork, and it is just even more stunning on the inside. And we have a few more options. There's even a great Sarah Pacelli cover that Richard will show us momentarily. Whoop, there we go.
Sorry.
Really, really amazing covers there. So lots of awesome covers. But the fun thing is this is like a Nancy Drew story. It takes place when Gwen was still in high school. So before she's even met Peter Parker. Peter is just on the cusp of becoming Spider-Man when this story starts off. And you get to see so many classic characters from the history of Spider-Man. Everybody from Captain Stacy to Jean DeWolf. You get to see earlier versions of the Kingpin's Muscle. You get to see Norman and Harry Osborn in their youth. Like, everything about this is amazing, but it's just a powerful story nevertheless. It is a Gwen Stacy driven story as she is looking to help out her father, Captain Stacy, on some major adjustments hitting the big crime scene in New York. Awesome book. I just love it. Another great one. Jody Hauser wraps up Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. And yes, there's a great connecting cover set by Mark Brooks that features, of course, Harley and Poison Ivy, as well as our main cover. Actually, our main cover is all sold out. All we got is the incredible Mark Brooks crossover, so make sure you come in and grab those. And then if you need more Harley Quinn, how about Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey? No, it is nothing like the movie, but with a great Derek Chu cover, you get Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor writing, with Amanda Connor doing all the interior artwork. Yes, all of the interior artwork. It's been quite a few years since Amanda has done that. And, of course, there is a great A cover available as well that we are out of. But, hey, man, that Derek Chu cover, you don't want to miss out on that. Ken's pick of the week, by the way. Hawkman issue 21 continues. Hawkman 21 comes out today, written by the great Robert Venditti. And, of course, Hawkman is still infected. Once again, we want to show off the Immortal Hulk Great Power because we're all out of the Immortal Hulk 31. Don't worry, restock is on the way. Iron Man 2020 has its second issue out this week as we continue on the robotic war. Jessica Jones continues her blind spot. Actually, we are sold out of issue number 3, but issue number 2 is still available. Lady Mechanica wraps up its Sangre storyline with issue number 5 and 2 awesome covers, including one amazing sketch cover. Lola XOXO, it's its 5th issue of its newest volume, volume number 3 by the great Sia Then there is the reprint of Magnificent Miss Marvel number 11, getting us all set up and caught up so everyone can read everything for the upcoming issue 13, first appearance of Amulet. The man who effed up time, still rocking the world, as John Layman fans know, as he alters time from how well he screws up time travel. If you like the previous Marvel Action Spider-Man series, you're going to be blown away by the new one that's far better with amazing artwork by Osio. This is a really great series that continues the team-up of Peter, Gwen, and Miles all working together. It's its own little Spider-Verse. Marvel's X hits issue number 2 this week from Jim Krueger and Alex Ross. We have Morbius, the Living Vampire, hitting its 4th issue with 2 awesome covers. And if you needed a miniseries on Nebula because you're such a big Guardians of the Galaxy fan, you will love Vita Ayala's take on her with Claire Road on art and a great Scotty Young alternate cover. Then we jump down to Rye, the Master of the Future for the Valiant Universe. Rye issue number 4 out this week with some awesome covers that are available to you here at Knowhere. Red Mother still rocking the wall because we love it. And then Rising Sun, the popular board game turned comic, has its 2nd issue out from Ron Mars. I'm going to go to my Master of the Rising Sun right now. Richard, what do you think of this book?
I'm really enjoying this one. I am so glad I actually picked this up just by chance in the issue 1. But really disappointed that it's only 3 issues. This is a little mini-series. Monsters and dragons have escaped because the gods have disappeared, and so it's up to several leaders of different clans to come together and fight these monsters. And in doing so, they fight amongst themselves and are probably going to be their greatest undoing, really, because they can't seem to decide who's actually going to lead instead of just working together. That said, it's a great read. I don't know how they're wrapping this up in 3 issues, but I look forward to the next one.
All right. Continuing on, Ruins of Ravencroft gets a 2nd printing of its Carnage one-shot, so if you missed out the first time or just want this alternate cover, now's the time to grab it. Mad Cave's RV9 hits its 4th issue, loving this series. Well, Ruby from the Masters of Rooster Teeth and DC gets its 5th issue out now with an amazing art germ cover. Safe Sex, the classic Image book that deals with a world that is so bureaucratically run that sex needs to be recorded, and anything out of the ordinary or what you might call kinky is absolutely outlawed. So as underground clubs exist to allow people to enjoy their darker pleasures, I guess if you want to call it darker pleasures, this world would, then you will quite enjoy this amazing new Image series with an awesome Tula Lotay cover. Savage Avengers number 10 heats up as we deal with a Elder God and dark wizardry amongst a Doctor Strange wearing a massive armor teamed up with Conan and Doctor Doom. Let's get to the real fun with the Dark Wizard himself, Richard.
I've been saying the entire time I love the Savage Avengers storyline. I thought the first arc was good. This arc has gotten so much better than the first one was. And that's saying something. It's heating up really well. A lot of action. You have Doctor Strange in the iron suit teaming up with Doctor Doom. There's a lot of doctors. Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, and Conan to fight Kulan Goth.
Conan?
Dr. Conan. I guess he could be, because he's actually seems to be like kind of the smart one in the group, which is kind of weird. But it's because he's fighting a sorcerer, his old nemesis, Kulan Goth. And they have to work together. There's a first appearance in this. They bring back an old adversary of Doctor Strange in this. And they might have to seek the help of, I guess I'll just say it, Mephisto in the upcoming issues. Ooh. This is going to be really good. I mean, it's already really good. If you're not reading this, I highly recommend trying to pick up where you can or the trade paperbacks and continue on, because this is a fantastic read. And like I said, there is a first appearance in this. And it is a character that in this type of world, which they seem to, Marvel's going to continue the sorcery thing going on and the mysticism, it's probably going to be a character that's going to stick around.
Awesome. Especially with Mephisto just appearing in everything lately. I'm really happy about this. Sonata hits issue number 8. David Hine and Brian Haberlin continuing to bring this awesome series to us each month. A science fiction-packed alternate world with dinosaurs, dragons, and more, elder gods, all sorts of fun. Issue number 8, 2 awesome covers, and with the TV series hopefully on the way soon, those of us who are in the know of who's going to be producing it, this is going to be quite the big thing. Star Trek Year 5 gives us a breakaway issue that deals with the Valentine's Day love affair. Written by the wonderful Paul Cornell. This will be a fun one for all of you. Stranger Things, it's its 2nd issue in Into the Fire, as we get Jodie Hauser continuing a tale set and running alongside the popular Netflix horror series with some awesome covers available. Supergirl, also still infected, hits issue 39, also by Jodie Hauser. She gets 2 books right next to each other this week with a absolutely stunning variant cover And we're all out of the A cover. Man, this is one of those reasons why it's good to get in here early on Wednesdays or set up a pull list, so that way you don't ever miss out on cover options or books in general. Superman, issue number 20, out this week. Well, Superman also gets a one-shot on heroes, dealing with classic heroes that are dealing with his sudden revelation that Superman is Clark Kent and Clark Kent is Superman. A fun one written by Brian Michael Bendis, Matt Fraction, Greg Rucka, the same three people who are bringing us the Lois Lane, Superman, and Jimmy Olsen series, respectively. A lot of fun dealing with these sidekicks and heroes and relatables to Superman. There will be a villains one coming out shortly after as well. Great one-shot, amazing pile of stories for just $6. Symbiote Spider-Man, Alien Reality. Peter David and Greg Land continuing to kick butt on this. The Greg Land interiors are absolutely amazing. I love all the covers that are coming out for it. That Phil Noto, Gwen Stacy is amazing. So make sure you come in and grab these. Then we have Tales from Harrow County by the amazing Cullen Bunn, one of my favorite writers. Issue number 3 out now from Dark Horse. Before we start a brand new series at Image, Tartarus. And let me talk to my tartish little friend on that.
Tartish, huh? You can't ever go wrong with an Image book, especially the first issue of any Image title. This one, right out of the gate, is a high-impact action-adventure. There's a jailbreak from a crime lord on the colony Tartarus, and yeah, it's exciting. That comes to a great conclusion, a very dramatic, climactic conclusion, and then you jump several years into the future to get the main protagonist of the story, Tilda, and she discovers her past, and when she does so, she instantly becomes public enemy number 1, and that's where this story picks up, and it's just written incredibly well. I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward again to the next issue because Image has another winner on their hand here. So,
all right. And then if that isn't enough for you, how about a Valentine's Day special of Transformers? Yes, the robots in disguise aren't disguising their love in this standalone issue from IDW. Then we get to the amazing pick of Stacy, Undone by Blood, the awesome new Aftershock story that is both a Western and a punk revenge tale. And I believe I'm going to talk about this with Richard because we both loved it so much. So, thoughts on Undone by Blood?
Pick of the week, easy.
Yeah.
I mean, Stacy got it right. This was a fantastic book. Like you said, it's a revenge tale, whether it's set in the modern day of the punk story of our character Ethel down here, while she's seeking revenge for the murder of her family when she was a young girl. But during this whole entire adventure, she's reading this novel of a Western of Saul, a great gunslinger, who also will, I'm guessing, looks like he's setting up for a revenge story of his own. Very well written. The duality between the two stories mirror each other perfectly. Her story is actually written like the Western that she's reading, so it's very good, very fun to read. Yeah,
Lonnie Nadler and Zach Thompson really knocked it out of the park on writing with this. You have Sami Kavela, who just did amazing artwork, and the thing I like about it is just how dark and visceral it is, and like just the honest tones. Neither of these heroes just comes in and kicks ass like some badass action star. I mean, they get as good as they give, and it knocks them down pretty hard. So you're getting a much more real tale, and it's going to be a fight for both of them to hopefully not make this a tragedy and be the heroes of their own tales. But amazing story, two very unique genres that cross over wonderfully in this. And then I love, in the back, there is this really great prose section on the Western story.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that as well. And it flowed perfectly from basically what you're reading is chapter 3, and then it goes to the prose section, which is chapter 4, and it's the story that she's reading, but solely about Saul. And it is, the writing doesn't change. It's perfect. It's beautiful. The only thing that did change is it goes from comic book format with the imagery that you can see to the prose style, more like a novel. And it's incredibly well done. I really did enjoy that addition to the back of this.
Yeah, it is awesome to see Aftershock is finally getting some big boom style hits, which is funny because I compare that to actually Boom Studios, which is really just knocking hit out after hit out. Aftershock really kicked butt on that. I hope they will continue that with God Killer coming up soon, which there's a great preview of in here. And then I know for a fact they continue into Join the Future, which I've already read, and it is amazing.
Yeah, the God Killer preview is just enough to actually take me from just slightly curious about it from the solicit to I'm going to add it to my pool and at least check out issue 1. So it's in there as well, so you might want to check that out, because if you're curious about that, you're getting a great book in this, and you get a sneak peek of that other one.
Yeah, and you also, something we can't show you because it's already sold out, there was an amazing Andrew Robinson variant. It sold out really quick, all of our copies. Amazing, amazing thing. So make sure you take a look on the upcoming variants that are coming out for both Join the Future and God Killer, and get those orders in before they sell out. All right. Now we, of course, have Vampirella and Red Sonja with some amazing covers, as Dynamite's always good on that. For issue number 6, I personally really like that Babs Tarr one, rather cute. If you are also a fan of Vampirella, you may not already own the original issue number 3 in its oversized magazine format, but this wonderful replica will allow you to do it for a significantly cheaper price. The big Venom Island event continues on with issue number 23. We are down to just the Gwen Stacy variants, but it's still a wonderfully gorgeous Gwen Stacy variant as things heat up in, well, Venom Island. So let's go to my master of symbiotes.
Cates kills it. One thing
Cates actually kills people in this. No.
Does he?
Boom.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think he does. Brock is a badass, though. He starts with, well, the last issue ended with him cutting his hand off. Starts with that here. He has to cauterize his own wound. But anyway, he's a badass. It brings back, what's his name? His son, Dylan. That character's really developed incredibly well in here. Dylan is going to be a formidable character in the future. I don't know if he's going to be an opponent or a good guy, but he's going to be powerful. That said, I really enjoyed that they did not do, and thank you, Marvel, like a 6-part saga or major crossover event. Donny Cates just said, I have a story to tell. It's only going to take 3 issues, and we're going to move on. Thank you, Donny. Very well done. He definitely gets Venom and Carnage, and it shows in this story, as you know if you're reading it. So,
yeah, make sure you come and grab that before it sells out. We will undoubtedly be getting second printings as they eventually are made available. Now, speaking of second printings, but not necessarily, the wonderful facsimile editions reprint classic tales exactly as they were with the original advertisements and more. One of the most infamous tales that people are loving in this constant need to get everything Wolverine, especially in the lead up to the new Wolverine series that comes out next Wednesday, is Chris Claremont and Frank Miller, and I believe Chris Claremont was on this one, correct? Yeah, it was Claremont, Frank Miller, and Steve Buscema doing Wolverine. It was a 4-issue limited series. Number 1, fully reprinted here. Classic cover. An amazing one you definitely all need. Did you have anything you wanted to add on this?
Oh, absolutely. By far the best. I said pick of the week because that's new. This is by far the best book that's been printed in a while.
40 years, yeah.
This is fantastic. If you like Wolverine or you've ever been interested in Wolverine, this is a must. This is his first mini-series. It's not his first solo series because technically that was with Kitty Pryde. But like you said, you have the 3 greats working on this book, and it shows. It's a phenomenal story. It's the Japanese saga. Logan goes to Japan. You get the first appearance of... shoot, I'm just totally drawing a blank.
I know her name.
Blade Runner, that's it. Anyway, I just now look totally stupid because I just finished reading this today.
It's killing me right now, too. I can't remember it either.
Welcome
to a 9 or a 10 p.m. live stream.
It's his freaking love interest of all time. But anyway, it's a great battle showdown in Japan. He fights everyone throughout the entire book. It's phenomenal. It is what they should have made that Wolverine movie about when they did take him to Japan. What I was expecting them to do it about, and they botched it hard because this would have been phenomenal. This is phenomenal.
One of the best Wolverine stories ever, really.
Absolutely. And it's the start of a 4-part series, and it's only $4.
Yeah.
I mean, in a low grade, you're going to find this for $40. So.
Yeah, and that's a beat-up copy. This is obviously pristine because it just came out.
So, yeah, save a ton of money and get an awesome book.
Yeah. Then we move on to Wonder Woman, which is issue 751. Yes, fresh off of the 750 oversized anniversary issue. Steve Orlando is taking over writing on Wonder Woman with Jan Durusima, one of the most talented female artists in comics, who knows how to draw action, doing the woman who knows how to perform action. Yeah, Wonder Woman is continuing on in good ways. Get yourself ready for the upcoming movie with this awesome new series. Then, X-Men number 6, one of the great picks of the week. As we continue on Jonathan Hickman's big run, there are some great covers here. I personally really enjoy this Philip Tan one that's a Marvel X one. And then there's, of course, the amazing Mark Brooks cover, which actually is being held by Richard, our Krakoan expert. Let's go to Richard.
Amazing book.
I'm going to zoom in on that cover right now because that is just so beautiful.
If you like that cover, the entire interior of this book, the story is even better than that cover.
It's better than Brooks?
Better than that cover. And that's saying a lot because this cover is gorgeous. It's just super cool. This story is fantastic. It goes back to a couple different stories that we've seen prior and kind of gives you some of the elements that were missing and we didn't realize were missing. Some of it going back to one of the earlier X-Men titles or issues when they went on that suicide mission to the space station. And then going back even a little further when Xavier tried to recruit Mystique to come to Krakoa. If you remember that in the House and Powers of X storyline, and the deal he made with her, and why they needed her, and it all comes together in this, and it is beautifully done. It is a fantastic read, very good. The X-Force and the your favorite Marauders, and now the
X-Men
Fantastic
Fantastic
Four are gonna be jockeying back and forth every single week for best book of the week. I mean, every time they come out, they one-upping each other, and this is a great one. Don't miss out on this.
Well, and while you brought it up, and we have you here, talk a little bit about X-Force, because X-Force is sold out, but we have a restock order on the way, and make sure you put your names down if you were interested in grabbing it. But X-Force, what happened in that this week?
X-Force. So you get to see more of why it was that Domino was the target at the beginning of the story arc for the entire X-Force title. If you've been reading that, you know that she was captured and she was experimented on and tortured and filleted, and they kept her body parts. And in doing so, somehow this new villain organization that's anti-mutant has been able to replicate her powers of luck, to use it to assassinate, I guess they would say, mutant sympathizers around the world. And so Domino figures out no one could be that lucky, and so she figures out that, gets hot on their trail and finds the assassin, and the reveal on the final page of who the assassin is a new character.
First appearance.
It's one that I hope sticks around for a while because it is super cool. Once again, they saved the best thing for the last page of all of these books, and that one is one that I'm expecting is going to be part of the collection. It's going to be one of those collector books down the road, because if this character sticks around, which I don't see why it shouldn't, the story arcs are just endless with it. It's going to be a big hit. Because if Domino's a big hit, her new nemesis is going to be a huge hit.
All right. And then we wrap things up this week with Zombie Tramp from Vince Hernandez, as issue 67 is out, with risque covers, of course, available. Always a fun story of necromancy and more in Zombie Tramp. But those are the new comics that are out this week, February 20th, 2020, or February 12th, 2020. Make sure you swing by and grab all these awesome new comics. We will hopefully see you later this week. And, of course, we'll be back on Saturday for the Final Order Cutoff live stream.
It was Yukio. I was thinking it was Marikyo, but then I kept going back and forth, and that's why I couldn't remember squat. But his Yukio is the first appearance in that book.
Yukio, first appearance in Wolverine #1. We got it. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.